Boop, boop. Live chat. Lucky Bat. Heckin' late.
You're heckin' late.
Yeah.
Lucky Bat doesn't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
Dislike. Jeez, I hate this stream.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Goodness gracious.
Disco evening, nerds. I like Nerds candy. I think every box of Nerds candy is a cavity.
Oh, yeah. Every nerd singular is a cavity. Man. I know, cheese. Do you just put them, do you dump the whole box in your mouth and you just suck on them?
The whole thing. And then you go through like the candy coating, and then you go through the sour.
Yeah. I know that there's some monsters that just start chewing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what's going on with those people.
You know what was really good? Is Nerds Rope, although very pricey.
Ah. Yes. I remember, I don't know, so my mom used to do vending machine stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's when they just came out or if they were, they updated them or something. But she got those, like, a sample of those. And I remember getting those as a kid, I was, like, I freaked out.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if they're tricky to make. Because, like, they come in that little, like, almost, like, they have, like, a little paper around them.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Lucky Bet. Have you had the mini Nerds Rope? What's a mini Nerds Rope?
I like my nerds big. Big and weak. That's how I like my nerds.
Boy, wouldn't it be great if there was just like a gumball-sized singular nerd?
Yep.
Take the Hun, Disco, ZWQ, Constellation, the Real M Wing, 5-String Connor, Ants North America. Ants North America. Have you ever heard of Ants Canada?
I hope it has to. Right?
Are you the American branch of the Ants, the Ants cinematic universe?
Man, Ants Canada.
I think doesn't he live in? Where does he live?
It was like a fever dream watching.
Yeah.
Those,
oh my
videos.
goodness.
I remember being really into those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were comparison shopping ants.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean it'd be such a pain in the ass to have them.
And if something goes wrong, you get to have a house full of ants.
Oh god.
I remember his sixth strat was he put did he put deodorant around the edges of the glass so that they couldn't?
Wasn't it baby powder?
Was it baby powder? I thought it was. Something.
It was something.
It was something. Yeah, it was something that it was not designed for that task, but that's what he used it for.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a wild man right there.
In North America. Why, yes. Yes, I am.
Do you actually have ants?
Ants North America, I put olive oil. Interesting. Okay, Ants North America, take us through your life. This is what we're doing on the stream today.
Yep. So, yeah, can you call in? Oh, my goodness.
I would like to do something weird like that one day. I think it might be, what's it called when you figure out, like, is it where you really figure out how to, like, grow plants with, like, the PVC pipe and almost no water and...
Yeah, so you're
hydroponics. Yeah.
I know, like, for a long time I wanted to do Venus flytraps.
Mm-hmm.
I had them as a kid, and they would die rather quickly.
Oh yeah.
But if you set up the proper thing, you can make them live. And I would love to do that. But yeah.
Constellation, the real M Wing. Yes, it was baby powder. He keeps them in his room.
god!
I remember watching Ants Canada when he was still in Canada.
Mm-hmm. Imagine, you go out to a bar, find a lovely lady or guy.
What do you do?
And you bring them back to your place, and you go to the room. Things are getting hot and heavy, and then they get to see all of your ants.
And then the lady asks, "Oh, what genus of these ants do you have?"
Yeah, and then she's really into it, and then she shows you her ant collection.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody remember that episode of Everybody Loves Raymond? I know a lot of Everyone Loves Raymond fans here.
Nobody's ever.
Where Robert, his girlfriend, keeps frogs. And she comes over for dinner with the Ramones, and she eats a fly.
Oh my god!
We all remember that Everybody Loves Raymond episode, right?
I watched that as a kid, because it was just on TV.
Yeah, nonstop.
I do not remember it.
Remember every episode. My family, we actually watch the Thanksgiving episode every now and then during Thanksgivings.
Every now and then, just in general.
Yeah.
Even in February. Interesting. Oh, I'm in top chat like a buffoon.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to be like, see this carrot? I grew this carrot with 18 or like a teaspoon and a half of water. And a cup of coffee grounds or whatever, however you do it.
Yeah. Yeah, Eons of Plants is that channel, by the way. Coming soon. Coming soon, folks.
And North America, pitcher plants are a lot easier if you live in the South. Ah.
Oh, don't live in the South, so.
I remember Ants Canada had a pitcher plant episode because he was trying to curtail the growth of one of his ant colonies, and it turns out that the pitcher plants can turn off if they have enough food, and so whatever like pheromone or sugar or whatever they put out to attract the ants, they can just turn it off if they're full.
Because what, were they full right away?
Yeah, 5 ants in, they're done. they're good for the month. They're not like Audrey 2 from the Little Shop.
Right. That's why I got so into Venus flytraps as a kid. Because of that musical.
What if Venus flytraps are actually alien?
Well, it's obvious.
Seems like not a lot of people are wanting us to go down this ants.
Yeah, that's weird. Michael Spitz, howdy do.
Hi. Talk about something interesting.
Ants North America, they got rid of my mosquito problem. Pitcher plants. 5-string Connor, I was always more into tarantulas.
See, I don't think I could do a tarantula. I don't dislike spiders, but I don't like them either. And it's a little too big.
Yeah, that's a hard pass for me.
Yeah. Really, I think I had fish a little bit when I was little, and I think I learned very early on that fish are lame.
That's what I learned too. Fish are the most boring pet you can have.
It's really not even a pet. It's like having a vase.
Yep.
That you have to change the water occasionally.
I remember when I was a kid and I had an iPod Touch. There was a game where you could feed fish. It's the same thing as owning them. It's the exact same, whether you play it on the iPod Touch and in real life. It's the exact same thing. Cheaper. It's cheaper on the as an app.
Well, it was what, like $1.99.
Exactly. Doom's Lair. Since Nick's Russian, can we start calling him Kurgan?
Yes.
Not Russian.
Saber Gunner, evening, gentlemen. Randy Koch, I found Pacific Rim Extinction Starter Set for sale on Amazon. I'll be getting my copy on Wednesday. Does Pacific Rim have a game? Like the Guillermo del Toro big monster robot movie? Also, if anyone in the chat has like a photographic memory for this movie. So in the early beginning, when in the voiceover where they're explaining the plot and what's going on, and they show the original pilots for the Jaegers before they started using 2 people. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Was one of the pilots Vin Diesel? There's a split second.
Anymore. They all left. I don't know why.
There's a split second where you can see one of the previous pilots, and I swear to God it was Vin Diesel. I guess this is really easy to look up actually on IMDb, but
yep.
If anyone wants to just try to recall.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
5-string Connor. Nah, small spiders are way worse. I can clearly see where the tarantula is. I had a buddy whose dad owned a black widow, and that was too sketchy. That's true. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
It's like
you know what? A bigger spider is better.
That's a good point. I wasn't talking about.
If you're gonna be a weirdo that owns a spider.
See, I wasn't talking about preferring to own smaller spiders though. I prefer to be away from all spiders.
Yeah. Of course, you're normal.
Yeah,
so that's fine. Yeah. Michael Spitz recorded the 30-second intro to my video, probably 10 minutes total. It's out Sunday. Hint, hint. I cannot wait to see this. We're gonna do a react to this video.
Doomslayer. Tamagotchis are the best pets. Maybe Furby.
Good old Furbies.
Oh my! You can't get them anymore.
Really?
Because too many people were buying them to turn them into long Furbies.
Long Furbies?
Like I remember Ash was our friend Ash was working on one, and so I'm like, this looks cute. I can knock one out. And then I went and like the cheapest one on Amazon was $30, or like the cheapest one on eBay was $30.
I feel like that's just buying them full price.
Do they make them anymore?
I don't know.
I don't think they make them anymore.
And they did for a long time.
Or I don't know. I think it's like I think it's you want the particular type of Furby. Like you want the early 2000s Furby, not the modern Furby. Chat, back me up here.
Yeah.
Which Furby do you turn into a long Furby?
Yeah. Furby's North America.
Yeah. Yeah, we want the 2003 Furby, right? Am I right?
Yeah. If we know anything, it's the people on our chat would know. Nobody knows. Everybody who doesn't like this.
Mm-hmm. Randy Coke. Yes, and it has pre-painted minis as well. Interesting. I'm going to have to look into this. I really like the one Pacific Rim movie. Really good. Just get in and get out. Don't milk it. No sequels. Really good. Kyle Transu. I don't remember there being a big family in Pacific Rim, so it can't be Vin Diesel. I see the Vin Diesel memes everywhere. Was there a new Fast and the Furious movie?
Yes.
Okay. What is it, number 9?
Yes.
Is it number 18? It did. Nick, say something offensive in Russian. That way our Russian viewers know to dislike. Oh, God. There was a YouTuber called Sam Onella Academy, and he spoke Russian in one of his videos, and it was like the second time I watched the video where he was actually not speaking Russian, but just saying Russian-y words. like Babushka, Dostoevsky, Adidas track pants.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
But he owned it so hard, like he must have really rehearsed it.
Mm-hmm.
Five-string Connor. I don't know. Tarantulas are nice and quiet. Don't smell. You can have fun watching them eat. Take the Hun. Came for the painting, stayed for the Furby chat.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Spitz. I do speak German. Would that improve a certain video? Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, if you have any like fun skills, just throw them into the video. Just sprinkle them in like sprinkles. Yeah. Sprinkle them in like sprinkles.
Sprinkle them in like sprinkles. Best analogy I've ever heard in my entire life.
Oh, my palette paper's all dry, but my water's all the way over there.
What are you gonna do?
There's no way to fix this.
I guess just stop painting forever, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Give up completely. Just never take a brush again. If we could convert our YouTube channel into a different type of YouTube channel, what should it be?
If we could do anything else, I think we could make a killing. If we liked movies or video games or cooking, anything else, we could destroy. Luckily, the Warhammer content's keeping us in our place.
Exactly.
NordVPN, one of my Discord servers is having a debate as to whether oxygen deserves human rights, and it is hilarious. Like oxygen, the gas?
Probably, yeah. I'm gonna assume
I'm gonna say yes.
Me too.
I think, we've been keeping oxygen down for too long.
Very true.
Chicken nugs, koichiwa, yaoi lovers, ooh-woo. Oh, we haven't had an ooh-woo in a while.
Yeah, we haven't had an ooh-woo in a while.
Edit, have you guys ever worked with resin? All the time.
What kind?
3D print, regular, casting ourselves, buying resin. Constellation, the real M-Wing. Tamiya paints aren't as good, in my opinion, compared to Citadel. Yeah, probably not. I haven't used Tamiya acrylics. I've only used Tamiya enamels, and I bet they're not bad if you're good with enamels. But I'm not.
Yeah. Probably just, in general about life. If you're good with the tool, probably good.
Chicken Nugs, welcome to Eons of Hentai, where we review and discuss popular hentai and its impact on Western culture. Oh my god, we would make a fortune. Every video would get 100 mil.
Exactly.
Daniel Bear just scored the squig half of Looncursed for about $70 Australian. Normally that'd be $230 dues. Wow, so that's probably, 70. It's basically free.
$1 dues.
Lucky bat. Ooh.
Ooh-widge.
And from North America, Tamiya is a good paint brand. You just need to use them correctly. Yes. But that's true of all paint brands.
Yeah, exactly.
I think my favorite, I use a lot of different brands of paints. And I think I found that there's certain colors I enjoy using more than others, and so those are the ones I'll probably keep in the collection. And then if I have a paint I use that I just don't like the Games Workshop yellows, never buy them again. Just try out different brands until I have only paint that I really, really like the feel of.
Exactly.
Bernie Marceau. Sorry I haven't been in for the last few streams. Been busy writing a song for a music competition. Ooh, can you sing it?
All right. Please. God, do I want to see this. We got Michael Spitz making a review.
Parker, no Elton. Tamiya are way better for airbrushing, but I wouldn't try brush painting with them much. It did. Damn it, too many furries. Well, where the Black Templar when you need them? Somebody call Flash Gets. Oh my god, Flash Gets. That is an amazing video they have on the Black Templar trying to purge a furry planet, but they're overrun and destroyed.
Amazing.
Yeah, those guys, they're fun. I can totally see why they keep getting kicked off of YouTube, but...
But you know what? You got to
Yeah.
have someone like that out
I mean,
there.
I'm pretty sure they've broken every community guideline rule,
Amazing.
and they just blatantly just use copyrighted music. But you know what? They need to. They wouldn't be them if they didn't.
Right. Obviously.
Frank Ron, props to Jay for actually using Army Painter watches. I feel like a lot of the hobby community shits on those paints, even though they're pretty good. Yeah, I don't like Army Painter paints, although I really enjoyed their white paint, surprisingly.
The white, I have the white paint too, and it's great.
Yeah, it's really good.
The white paint goes through the airbrush okay.
Yeah.
Compared to some of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of insane.
Yeah.
I use that paint to mix in, like if I want to bring something up, I always use that paint to mix it up.
Yeah. The metallic, I have metallic gold from them, and it's pretty good, although it's very thick and shiny, and it doesn't thin very well. But if you if you want to put down like a one coat gold, it'll get the job done, but it's not my favorite. I do like their washes a lot, though. Their washes are very good. That's about all I like of their paint.
An amazing review.
Yeah, and glowing. Absolutely glowing.
Yeah. Perfect.
Bernie Marceau. Can't share the song until the music contest is over, unfortunately. We'll have to put it up on YouTube after that, though.
Okay.
Do you think that do you think people from that competition are in the stream right now?
Maybe.
It's possible. Who knows what Michael Spitz is up to? Mild jackalope. Don't understand. Why does he want dislikes?
Because there's a note that says that we want dislikes. So
why don't you want dislikes?
Yeah, exactly. You should just do what we tell you to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Blindly follow.
We're gonna be jumping off a bridge in the next stream.
Oh yeah, all of us.
I remember when the Red Letter Media guys used to stream, they had one Pokemon Go stream that lasted about 20 minutes of technical difficulties, and then they just ended it. They had the computer in a baby stroller, and I think they had their phones streaming to the computer, and then the computer was streaming to Twitch and YouTube.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm. Weirdly enough, they didn't try again.
That sounds hilarious, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. They had it in a baby stroller. I cannot wait to hear this song.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of song is it? Like, I feel like I need to know. Like, is it heavy metal?
I guess R&B.
Ooh.
Power Surge. Someone brought up at the shop today that if Lehman Russ returned, it should be bring two models, one with his human form and another with his wolfen form, which he transforms into mid-fight. So he is the furry. The letter K, what's up? I think if anyone needs a double kit remake, it's Oricon the Diviner, because he does have an empowered form in the rules. He has regular form and empowered form, where he basically turns into a Necron the Hulk, but it's not represented on his model at all.
Necron the Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Speaking of interesting, Bernie Marceau, mix of synthwave and Melbourne bounce EDM.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
My favorite.
I know the first part of what that means. I'm very excited. I think, because we're doing a painting competition, I feel like we should do a music competition. I can use loops in GarageBand to make songs.
Constellation, the real Mwing. Daft Punk is pretty good. I love Daft Punk. I was just listening to them today. Little homework. It's an album. Doomslayer. Scary happenings. People found a skull kitty in my city. Thought it'd be a serial kitty killer. Reward offered. Police investigated. Say it's coyote. Lady from Facebook post camera and Slender Man drawing around the kitty body.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Melbourne is pronounced Melbourne.
No,
It's
it's not.
weird way to say Melbourne. Constellation, the real M-Wing. And gorillas. Oh, gorillas are great.
Yeah. Love the gorillas. Michael Spitz, I'm down. Graduated AP Music Theory last year. Bring it on.
I
What a nerd.
took a music class that I probably almost failed because I did almost none of the work until the final, which was like a 14-page paper or something insane that I did in one day.
Wow.
I just sat in the library for like 12 hours. I found a nice secluded corner with an outlet, and I just sat there until it was done. I left like right when it was about to close. Oh yeah, I am the world's worst like school writer. I think every assignment I've ever submitted, I've gotten at least at the best a C. Because I don't proofread it. I just write down words. I don't spell anything correctly.
Wow. So you're saying that when you're forced to write something you don't care about at all, you don't try very hard?
Yeah, I have
That's
a really hard time with it.
Wow.
And then I had this other bad habit in school. I never ever looked at my grades. I don't think I even knew how. I never ever checked my grades ever once.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with the college, it started to kind of change at the end there, I think. But you really couldn't check your grades until the end. You could ask.
Yeah.
I know, like at a community college, you had to just ask. They didn't have a system.
I always loved in high school. It was a big thing. People would figure out what do they need to get on the final, and I'm like, well, what do you mean? Like, because you're just gonna do your best. I guess you calculated to see if you can totally phone it in. Although, who's brave enough to do that?
Yes, me. That's what I used to do. Like, all right, so if I get a 50 on this, I get a C. All right.
Come on.
I just won't care at all then.
I remember one time I just didn't go to a final because I just forgot. Because the finals, your whole schedule changes, and so I went into like the classroom and I was like, "Hey, I forgot what class I was in," and they're like, "Yeah, that's a problem." And I'm like, "Can I just take it now?" And at this point, it was a different class happening, but they're like, "I guess."
Amazing.
That's not. I guess that's fine. And so I just sat down in a class I wasn't in and took my exam.
That's pretty fun. Daniel Bear, I live in Melbourne. It's definitely pronounced Melbourne. No, it's Melbourne.
Yeah, fake news.
Bullying from afar. That's what the stream is.
Speaking of music, we have several animated music videos, I guess you could call them, that have criminally underrated. And I think everybody should go look at the 12 Days of War Gear and Periodic Table of Space Marines.
Yeah, and then if you're a Patreon supporter, you can see the Orc song.
Honestly, the Orc song is probably the best video we've ever made.
Yes.
But you can only see it if you become a Patreon member. But it is my finest work.
Michael Spitz, I had to sing in front of a stranger for my AP exam. I laughed when she forced me to listen to it. Yeah, I heard about that too. Our friend Brian was in AP Music Theory. I remember there was a singing part. He had to sing stuff or whatever. Sounds dumb. All right,
No, I would love that
letter.
because singing is easier than preparing anything.
It's true. But yeah, but I don't know. That class sounded really hard. It sounded because you have to memorize chords and what a fifth is and a seventh and a ninth, and you have to know what it all is. It's the not fun part. You have to know. You have to be able to do scales and whatever the hell. What the fuck are AP classes? We don't have that shit.
Armor penetration classes.
Exactly. They let you have college credits. So you can take a class, an advanced placement class, and then you get college credit for it if you get a good enough score on your AP exam.
I was never in those.
I was in a couple and I shouldn't have been. It was not good. I was in AP Macroeconomics, which is a boring class. And that was one of those classes I had to calculate the old grades to make sure. I had to get a 50 on the test to pass, and on the practice test I got a 40%. So I was very worried. But then, so I took the test, but and when I turned it in, because he knew that I needed a 50 to pass, and he said that you can't get any worse than a 50 because of the way that it's weighted. So I passed automatically.
Oh, nice. I remember.
But it was very rough.
I was not a good student, but if I had a really good teacher, I could do a good job because they could actually make it so that I could.
Wait a second.
Get it into my head.
Are you saying that if you liked what you were doing, you would do it?
Yeah, but I remember it was science, earth science, with Mr. Leone, and I don't know why I liked him and I kind of liked the stuff, and so I would just ace everything, and one day because he was a fun kind of a weird guy, and so he like gave me this really weird look and then like beckoned me to the front to like the desk. And I thought I must be in trouble, because that's what you think in high school when someone looks at you. And it turned out I had gotten the best grade on the big middle test of the school.
Wow. Look at that.
And I've forgotten every bit of it.
Yeah. And you're still proud of it to this day. What would be funny is if you became an earth scientist.
Yeah.
Just because of that. I took earth science in college, and I thought it was very fun. Rocks for jocks. I thought that was a very fun class.
Bernie Marceau, periodic table of Space Marines. This ought to be good. Go watch it right now. It's like a minute and a half. We need to get your professional musical opinion.
Exactly.
And North America, have you tried Warhammer Epic? No. Probably not gonna. It's been out of print for a long ass time. But if they make a new one, maybe.
Michael Spitz, I got an 98 in music theory and awaiting my AP exam score. All right, now we're just bragging. Cool.
Oh yeah, I think I was in like remedial math while I was acing earth science. Classes were usually I could do it or I couldn't.
Yeah. I feel like it's good that there's classes that you have to take that you hate. That's life. Yeah. That's most of what life is. But I do think the majority of your day should be you enjoying yourself, so that you don't get burnt out and hate everything. Were you ever bullied in school?
Oh yeah. Not too bad. I was quiet and mostly ignored, which is good.
I don't think I was bullied really. Yeah, I mean, if you're a dorky kid, you're gonna get called a dork and a nerd, but they were correct. So,
You sided with the bullies.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you're right. So what are we gonna do about this?
Yeah, hold my head in the toilet, put me in a locker. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Let's get this rolling. I got to get to AP macro.
Yeah, I gotta get to AP macro. Exactly. I remember they did this thing where we took these practice tests, and you would so you take the practice test, and then it was like a Scantron, and he would grade it, and he would print out the sheet, and it would have your ID number and the score that you got on the test, and it was actually ranked in order of, like, you know, best to worst, and I was always in the least, like the bottom 10. But I would pretend, because it was like 3 pages. So
Yeah.
I'd pretend though that I was on the first page.
Oh, nice.
So I would look cool. But I knew I wasn't. Absolutely amazing. Because what I would do is I would start with the worst page, and then I would work up, and I would look at the good page. So people thought I was doing well, but I was not. Here we go. Sorry, Michael Spitz. I didn't read anything. Honestly, though, if you need music for your bat reps or anything, I would gladly make you a sample or something. And if you like, I can make a full piece. All right, you're going to be on retainer. We can pay you in nothing.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that you've made that you can send us that we can listen to? Because I totally would.
Aquino Quinones, grades mean nothing. I failed out of high school, and now I'm in a doctorate program. Yeah, the grades doesn't matter one bit. It's just the person.
Oh, yeah. The high school doesn't matter at all.
No, not even a little.
That's the other thing too. Like, I was close with if I didn't pass that AP macro class, I'd have to stay I'd have to stay over the summer to finish school. But I aced college, no problem.
Yeah.
It was easier, honestly.
It was. I mean, yeah. I mean, you didn't have as many classes. You could mostly ignore the homework.
Yeah, but it was also like you were mostly doing. You were mostly doing, like, we were mostly doing what we wanted. Yeah. So it makes it a lot easier.
Although you got a lot of the stuff out of the way in CLC in community college, which was very good. I had to take a bunch of real college classes at a real school, and it was unbelievably hard. I had to take biology, which was unbelievably hard, and then I had to take astronomy, and I thought, astronomy, that sounds like fun. I learn my sign. I'll get to know what's going on. No, it was like, here's a spectral graph of radiation. What is the classification of planet? And I'm like, what? What? How is this? How is this like the introduction course to this subject?
Yeah, exactly.
This is madness.
I know, because my mom was the one that told me. She was like, you should take the shittiest, worst classes here.
Yes.
So that when you're busy and you have, things that you like doing, you don't have to worry about it. And I'm so glad that I got that advice. Which, by the way, guys, good advice. Yeah. Take the shit classes your first 2 years, so then the rest is fine.
Yeah, at the cheapest college you can find.
Exactly. Community college is like the best.
Oh yeah.
Go to community college.
Yeah, I remember like I took like a class for like $170, and it for like English, and I got a C with doing no work, and that counted.
Exactly.
It's great.
All right, Michael Spitz. I have a few pieces. One that is battle themed. I just have to dig through the files. It's not my best work though. Discord DM, yes. DM us on Discord with the music. We'll listen. We'll take a listen.
Saber Gunner. I think you mean astrology. Yeah, I was making a joke. Or I said the wrong thing. Either of those things are probably true.
No, you were taking an astrology.
Yeah.
Astrology.
God, it was insanity. It was so bad. I don't know what I got in that class, but it must have been just enough.
Jay and I have the same sign. Isn't that fun?
It's a stop sign.
Exactly. It's a stop sign. Why are there only 23 dislikes? The stream is almost over, y'all. Get to disliking. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
The distraction. Knew most of the material but failed every test. Wish someone had thought to test for dyslexia before I got to JC. Junior college? Is that high school? Is that a different name for high school?
I don't know.
I know I had a little dyslexia. I mostly grew out of it, I guess. I didn't read for a long time growing up. Because I just, again, there's something wrong with me. I can't learn unless I want to. At all.
I think that's human beings.
Yeah. But, like, for me, like, I didn't know how to read until, like, way, way late. But I learned, because I got really into comic books. And so I would just read comic books for 8 hours a day. And then that's how I learned how to read.
I still don't know how to read. That's where this is going.
To this day, I really like Comic Sans because I find it a lot easier to read. Because every character is unique. A lot of fonts, because it looks so nice when you have reoccurring shapes, but it makes it all look the same. So I send all my professional emails in Comic Sans.
Exactly. Yeah, we get a lot of work that way, too.
Why are there only 23 dislikes? This stream is almost over. Y'all get to disliking.
Like one person disliked it.
Is that a new hot take? Comic Sans is your favorite font? Absolutely, it's my favorite font. That and Wingdings.
Exactly. Yeah, you can really read Wingdings.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, I write all my notes in Wingdings.
All the EOB scripts are actually written in Wingdings. That's why they're so good.
Five-string Connor. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was definitely the thing that got me to get better at reading. Oh yeah, I mean that tiny, tiny little text. I have a magic deck, and I was going to make a Watt deck, but apparently a lot of the Watt cards were better in other decks, and so people paid money for them. So I couldn't get them for like a quarter.
Yeah.
Quinoa Quinones, we need less four-year schools and more trade schools. Robots are replacing accountants, not plumbers. This is true. I learned how to weld. True. And it's a very good skill.
My cousin's going into accounting, and I'm like, your computer's going to replace your job. I mean, Jesus Christ. You know.
Hopefully, like they're just, that's what they've told everyone, that they're going to be an accountant, but they're actually going to be like a porn star or something. Something where they can make some money.
I mean, that is an in-demand field. Although robots are replacing.
Oh no!
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think being an accountant's... Like, I think you want to do something that only human beings can do. Paint miniatures.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Until in 5 years when they come out with consumer-grade powder printers that can print in color.
Exactly.
Although it's never that good. The powder printing in color.
And weirdos will want to paint their own miniatures.
Yeah.
Can you imagine painting your own miniatures?
I would never. Big old waste of time.
Flimbo the Dude, being a porn star would be fine, but like I'm embarrassed of all the nerd stuff on my walls. Well, that's the thing. You don't have to. I guess. Well, it depends.
You
could
could
work
get a
for
motel.
yourself. Yeah, or maybe you go to a bang house, or a bang bus. Either way.
I remember I was working as an assistant costume designer in Sullivan, Illinois, which is past all the corn into Amish country. But I was in a motel that it had 2 pieces of art on the wall, and they were both the same painting. And I thought that was the greatest thing I'd ever seen. I bet every single room of the motel had the exact same 2 paintings.
Oh yeah.
And I thought, you know what? I'm a set designer too. One day I'm gonna have to build like a crappy motel set, and I'm gonna put 2 identical paintings in it.
Exactly. And you're gonna have a fight with the director.
I am. They're gonna be like, no one would ever do that.
Well, actually, you show them the picture, and they're like, oh my god, you're a genius. Imagine fighting with a director. How crazy would that be?
Yeah, it would never happen.
We would never do that.
Theater is a collaborative art. Everybody's opinions are respected and listened to. And
exactly. Especially if you're young, surprisingly enough.
Oh, I just got wash all over me. And this, I don't want to buy more Drukari Violet ever, because it'd be $8. So I'm trying to make it last. Saber Gunner, past all the corn into more corn. Yeah, it's just small dwellings in between fields of corn. I remember when I was there, like the first night, I decided to call my parents because I'm like, no one on earth knows where I am right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a wild time. I mean, you went down there. I was all alone. You know, just naked everywhere. Your dad Tips just wanted to pop by while I'll work out and wanted to say it's coming home.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
The smile? Something's happening to it.
Maybe the miniature's coming home.
Definitely never done something like this. And you know, it actually looks pretty dope on camera, and from a slight distance, the colors are really cool. Once you get up close to it, you're like, what?
Flimbo the Dude, did you two sing the same sad song, wishing to see each other again? No. Yeah, I mean when you live with someone, even if it's someone that you like, when they leave, it's great.
Oh yeah, it's way better. Yeah, because if you're gonna spend time with anyone, you're gonna become really frustrated that they're not you.
Exactly. Right. Robert S. Downs Jr., would y'all fight a director if he was a bear?
No. Like a
bold of you to assume that the director can only be a he. I feel like every director that I've worked with that was a guy was a pushover. Generally. That's
pretty true.
The ladies, nope. They got a clear vision, and you're not deviating. Which I respect. I honestly kind of like that better. Unless they're wrong, which, you know, it happened one time.
This model was $6. So I should not worry about ruining it.
Exactly. I mean, it's good to try out a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Also, nobody has said, Jay, I don't think you know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And that
So
usually happens by now.
I know. So I think you're doing great.
Mm-hmm.
What a wild time.
I'm liking how bright it's getting, but I think I'm losing the magenta. So I'm going to try to bring that back in.
5-string Connor. I just pointed the lights where they told me. Yes.
Oh yeah, for somebody who's never studied lighting for a second, I've hung a lot of lights.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of lights.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you got paid to hang a bunch of lights.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I love a good focus day. I think the most fun is running focus, because you're just, the work is all done. You're just, people are just pointing things at you, and you get to be the star of the show. And you get to pretend to be the star of the show. The master electrician is really the star.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always fun being the designer.
When you're a master electrician, do you force people to address you as master?
Yes. It's probably looked down upon now, though. But, yeah.
Saber Gunner. Jay knowing what he's doing, that'll be the day.
Oh, yeah. It's never happened, and I don't think it ever will.
No.
Do you think you'll ever have a take where every single human being agrees with you?
No.
Like, you'll be like, water is wet. And
I don't think I'll ever have a take that's just generally agreed upon. Like, it'll always be like, 30% of people are like, I sort of get what you're saying. That's what I can hope for. That's the best I can hope for.
Mm-hmm.
I know the last top 5 video, not as many people got really angry at my picks.
No.
There was a couple. I don't know if I edged hard enough that most people didn't find my picks wrong. But, yeah, usually there's somebody who's like, oh my god, Jay is just the worst. How could he like these models, but not these models?
Unsubscribe. Exactly. ZNBQ, now you can't have people call you master, but can you call other people apprentice? You can't do that either, but you can call them little ones.
Ah.
Now little ones.
Mm-hmm.
Point the light at me. Frozen Throg, Jay is wrong.
Yes!
You heard it here live.
We
is wrong.
There was one person who had an interesting thing to say about how I was wrong about flyers, but they're like, how dare you say that about the flyers? Especially after the whole flyer spam debacle of 7th edition. I'm like, wait, you're mad that I brought up that flyers are a problem by bringing up that flyers are a problem?
Yeah.
I think flyers can work, but if 40k was just me, I would get rid of flyers. It'd be hard to get rid of them because people love them and own them and stuff.
Yeah. The fun thing is people for some reason people think you have power.
Oh yeah.
Like you can change the game for real. Mm-hmm. That's the thing that I always find funny when people get really, really upset.
Oh yeah, we're experts in nothing.
It's just a video. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here.
Somebody, Jay in production school. Where's all the fart songs?
Exactly. The fart song.
I think like flyers could exist. I think as maybe like stratagems. Although I don't love stratagems either. That's another hot take. But like I think like maybe like a bombing run You used to be able, there used to be a Space Marine thing. If you upgraded your Space Marine captain to a chapter master, he could once per game call down an orbital bombardment. And I kind of feel like that's what aircraft could be. Like, okay, you can, Imperial Guard can once per game call down a bombing run and make it shoot somewhere. But on like a 1, it gets delayed or something.
Mm-hmm. Jay, actually, I think blue is a terrible color, and I think you should change it right away, or I will furiously shit my pants before crushing the unsubscribe button under my bullocks cranium. I don't know. I have no idea.
Bulbous.
Yes, bulbous. There you go.
I think and the Flyers, the ugly stand and giant base that doesn't ever really fit on things, and the minimum distances and the 90-degree pivot.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Xenimacute, Battletech has a wild aero tech phase, which is basically an entire other game. I think that's too much. I wonder, there's a game that has a lot of aircraft called Drop Zone Commander, and I wonder how that game plays. It's in a very, very different scale to most games. It's teeny tiny. Like an airplane is the size of, I don't know how big it is. What's a good medium small thing? Like a Space Marine would be a very big airplane. A really big airplane. I don't hear much about Drop Zone Commander.
Doomslayer, Bulbasaur.
Ah,
exactly. Gotta put in Pokemon terms for me so I can read.
That's the one that shoots the water.
Exactly. You got that exactly correct.
I think. Oh no, wait. There's that.
That's Squirtle.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Because Squirt.
Yeah. And Squirtle's blue.
Yes.
God, I watched a little Pokemon growing up, but I really don't know much. I watched the Pokemon movie with Ryan Reynolds. Does that count? It wasn't bad.
Was it? Is that the Detective Pikachu one?
Yeah, it was really cute.
It looked really cute.
It wasn't. It was a pretty darn good kids movie. It wasn't a real movie.
Mm-hmm.
It had like bad acting and like kind of a contrived plot, but it was a really good kids movie. Although Mewtwo looked like a penis, and it was kind of a problem.
Well,
because
don't we all?
They made all the Pokemon like super realistic, and so a lot of Pokemon had like fuzz, like peach fuzz. But no, he was just bare pink flesh.
And speaking of bare pink flesh, that's the end of the stream.
Everyone Google Mewtwo Detective Pikachu.
Oh God.
All right, everyone. We had a great video out yesterday.
Yeah, great video yesterday. Another video tomorrow, and we'll be back with another live stream at 9 p.m. Central.
Yeah.
And we have the Patreon only live stream tomorrow too.
Yes, we do. If you're a patron and you want to come hang out with us and the other patrons, please come. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Good night.
Good night.